Chapter 1. Decision-making has the ability to shape our lives. This summary will help you to leverage the power of decision-making to transform your life. The first step to greatness is having the courage to dream. Everyone believes that they have a special gift and can make a difference by making the world a better place. Yet, our dreams get concealed due to the frustrations and impulses of our daily lives. Anthony Robbins has been passionate and skillful at helping people restore and achieve their dreams. He can do this because he has learned to concentrate power on the things that give him joy. For him, it is hearing people share stories of how the principles he taught them transform their lives. You can make an impact by asking yourself the following key questions. How can I take immediate control of my life? What can I do today to make a difference for myself and others? How can I expand, learn, grow, and share knowledge with others in a good way? To achieve a visible change in your life, you have to apply the following principles consistently. Decide to tolerate nothing less than excellence to be able to change yourself. Believe that your decision is feasible. Find means to make your decision achievable. Taking action to make your dreams come true is as important as knowing your goal. To be in control of your life, you need to exercise authority over the way you feel, your physical health, and intra- and interpersonal relationships. Your attitude towards wealth can manipulate time and make your dream come true. Your goal is carved from your decision. Hence, you should continually ask yourself questions that will always keep you on track to succeed. Questions like, how can I make today contribute to my success tomorrow? What will the next 10 years of my life look like? In life, lots of people know what to do, but few people do what they know. Anthony Robbins. The following chapters will teach you actionable steps that will unleash the giant within so that you can achieve great goals. Chapter 2. Mastery of a decision takes you closer to achieving your dreams. Rosa Parks was a fiercely proud black woman who stood against inequality in 1955 on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama. She defied the law that required her to give her seat to a white person. This act of valor triggered the civil rights movement demanding equality, opportunity, and justice for all Americans, regardless of race, creed, or gender. She was brave enough to let out the giant within her and will be remembered for the audacity she expressed. Erase the possibility of not achieving the desired results from your mind because it tends to take you back to the beginning instead of progressing toward your goals. Mastery of a decision takes you closer to achieving your dream. It is normal to hit a few rocks, but getting back up after learning from experience brings the result you are aiming for. However, it might require a change of approach for you to remain genuinely committed to your decision. Have a long-term focus. God's delays are not God's denials. Anthony Robbins. Make a decision, work towards achieving it, and adhere to it. That's how you develop your potential for decision-making and demonstrate that you are in control of your life. Understanding and utilizing the power of pain and pleasure is a great way to achieve massive results. Pleasure and pain are the two greatest motivators of action, whether heroic or criminal. The fear of pain may make you do what's necessary so that you don't miss an opportunity. Some others do not care to change, even after experiencing the pain of missing out, because their pain threshold has not been reached. Everyone has different levels of pain and pleasure. Change can happen only when your threshold for pain or pleasure is crossed. To effect behavioral change, you need to attach pain to the old behavior, connect pleasure to the new behavior, and make the new behavior consistent. When we feel intense sensations of pain or pleasure, anything different that occurs consistently during those moments will become neurologically linked. We don't avoid real pain, but rather we avoid what we believe will lead to pain. Anthony Robbins. What we link pain and pleasure to modifies our destiny, and we have the power to change this association if we desire. Chapter 3. You can harness beliefs to create and to destroy. It is often said that our environment has tremendous power over us to the extent of controlling our lives. In reality, the controls lie in what we believe about the events that happen around us, not in the events themselves. Meaning is in people, not in the message. Our actions are based on our conscious and unconscious beliefs about what gives us pleasure and what takes pain away. Beliefs are the guides that determine what we should do to generate pleasure. How we handle our thoughts can produce limiting beliefs that determine the future choices we make. Beliefs are the outcome of our past experiences, whether painful or pleasurable. To be open to changes in your behavior, you must be ready to eliminate beliefs that reinforce the behavior. What you believe can either create or destroy dreams. To live optimally, we must understand that there are reasons for every tragedy and make something good out of every negative experience. Our beliefs can come from personal experiences and information from people, books, tapes, movies, and imagination. Consequently, we interpret problems differently. A loser sees a permanent, pervasive, and personal problem, while a winner doesn't. Canny, C-A-N-I, is a simple mnemonic that Robbins developed to make his life a great adventure. It stands for constant and never-ending improvement. This catchphrase applies to every facet of life and can require practice to generate results. The essence of Canny is to teach yourself to handle a problem before it becomes one. If change begins with you, it can transmit to others. Generally, people see change as something that takes time because they think it is difficult. Indeed, change is not easy because of our approach to it and cultural biases. Making a change happen involves positioning our nervous system to succeed every time. You can do this by taking a 3-step procedure. Believe that there is something that needs to be changed. See yourself as an agent of change. Believe that change can happen. When we understand the power of our brains, we will be able to alter the sensations we link to certain experiences to provoke change. Your brain is the most powerful computer on the globe. Did you know more than 50% of the world's cocaine is consumed by Americans, whereas America is home to less than 5% of the world's population? Chapter 4. Happiness can lead to success if we learn to handle it properly. When we repeat a behavior, our brain adds another strand to our neural connection. It does this by looking for something different, looking for something happening at the moment, looking for something that happens frequently. Also, knowing how to get out of pain and into pleasure is vital to making changes in our lives. The following steps outline how to get this done. Identify what you want and focus on it. Get motivated by seeing the change as an immediate thing and know how positively it makes you feel about yourself when you do it. Change your approach to solving problems, especially when it isn't yielding desired results. You can do this by identifying your neural pathways so as to direct you to your desires and fears. Choose a different behavior to fill the gap of the old behavior and provide the same pleasure the old behavior gives. Practice the new approach over and over until it becomes natural. Regularly reward yourself as you make progress to keep the progress sustainable. Understand that you are your true source of happiness. It comes from within you. The result of your current feeling determines your behavior. Hence, to explore your abilities, you need to be resourceful and expectant. Our bodies can be tools for getting out of or into certain emotional states once we master how to do it. Making yourself happy, even when circumstances won't allow it, gives you strength, confidence, personal power, and excitement. What you focus on determines how you feel, and how you feel determines the direction you go. If you want to change your emotional state, you need to change your physiology and your focus. This change requires a disciplined mind. What differentiates a winner from a failure is their ability to ask the questions that empower them to take decisive action until they get the desired results. Consequently, knowing how to think is important because asking quality questions will lead to an experience of quality life. Questioning changes our mindset by giving us reasons to feel better, reminds us of what we may have forgotten, and determines the resources available. Beware of asking limiting questions. Chapter 5. Words and metaphors help to shape our lives for greatness. Words have the power to form beliefs and change them. It brings success by creating not only emotions but also actions. Martin Luther King Jr. was a wordsmith who created change and raised a movement through the power of words. Every person possesses this ability, and we must use it to succeed in life. The words you choose determine your communication with yourself and your experience. Your words carry emotional intensity. The words we use to describe our feelings eventually become our feelings because they create a biochemical effect that transmits through our minds and entire lives. So, learning to change the words you use to express your feelings will change how you experience life altogether. Metaphors are great because they change our perceptions of words by making them feel more pleasurable than painful. If you're not making progress in life, you need to check your choice of metaphor and make necessary adjustments. You may be feeding negative thoughts that will affect your reality. Be selective of the choice of words and metaphors you allow people to suggest to you because it will shape your destiny. If you hear people suggest metaphors that limit you, reject them and get new ones that work for your belief. In a bid to achieve success, you need to gain control of your emotions. A person who thinks they cannot control their emotions ends up doing ridiculous things. Sometimes they pretend as if the emotions do not exist and prevent themselves from feeling them. They can also try to prove they can endure the feelings. Eventually, they get trapped in those feelings, but you can break free from this trap. Happiness is your responsibility, and you don't need anyone's approval to feel good about yourself. To make a switch from limiting reasoning to unleashing the giant within, you need to recognize how you feel. Acknowledge and respect the fact that your brain is still capable of interpreting stimuli. Discover what you need to do to make things better. Be intentional about overcoming negative or limiting feelings. Visualize yourself as handling your emotions without stress. Be excited about your ability to control your emotions. Learning to modify negative emotions like discomfort, fear, hurt, anger, frustration, disappointment, guilt, inadequacy, overload, and loneliness to correspondingly positive emotions will drive you to take actions that will produce outstanding success. Chapter 6. Consistency is the distinguishing factor between a champion and an ordinary person. Before something becomes a habit, it needs to be done consistently. When you develop the right habit, you become excellent at what you do. A way to create the habit of excellence is by changing how you think. You need to become a solutionist rather than someone that is always focused on the problems. By developing a reading habit, you challenge yourself to think differently. To be consistent, you need to create a master system of evaluation, factors that determine how you feel and what you do at every point in time. To determine a person's master system, examine the following: their mental or emotional state while evaluating the type of questions they ask, their ranking of emotions, their beliefs, the experiences they remember easily. Each person reasons differently based on their perspectives and conditioning. Evaluating your master system will guide you in decision-making to achieve your desired result. However, be wary of over-evaluation. Another component necessary for developing consistency is value. To value something means to hold it in high esteem. Clarify your values and keep them to lead your life meaningfully. It takes determination to stick to your values. If you need to change your values, you need to identify the current ones you have. Then, decide the values you desire and take action to make the switch. For values to stand, you need rules. Rules help you translate your values into specific actions. Thus, you will be able to maintain your values irrespective of the environment you find yourself in. Clear rules and clear values make decision-making easier. To know if you have set a good rule, you need to check whether the rule is realistic or not. A realistic rule puts you in the driver's seat. It is centered around things you can control. A bad rule makes you feel bad and unhappy. To peacefully coexist with others, you need to discover their rules for relationships and tell them yours. Both parties should be willing to make some adjustments to their rules where they conflict with others. Conclusion. Our experiences shape our character, identity, and destiny. Therefore, we need to correctly interpret our experiences and organize them to develop the right beliefs. Experiences can be lived or imagined, and a person's level of intelligence depends on how they apply their experiences. The giant within you wakes up when you choose to channel your experiences accurately. Your identity also comes from your experiences and is the belief you use to define yourself. Thus, you can change your identity by choosing to change your interpretation of your experiences. Position yourself for greater success by harnessing the practical steps highlighted in this summary. To change your behavior, change your feelings. Understand that anything is achievable if you're willing to make sacrifices to get it. Weak emotions produce weak relationships. Mastering the basic elements of wealth will empower you to create a better financial future. Take control of your time rather than allowing time to control you. Learn from other people's experiences. Take time off and rest to reduce stress. You are all you need to achieve your goals. Don't expect the universe to drop success at your doorstep. You need to exercise control. Changing your behavior will change you. That change will transmit across your physical, social, and psychological environment. Your life will become richer, fuller, and more exciting as you wake up the giant within you. Many people don't discover their heroic nature until a major difficulty or life-threatening situation occurs, and they must rise to the occasion because there is no other choice. Anthony Robbins. Try this. List out the emotional states you are willing to experience daily to live a life that's consistent with your highest principles and values. Write out rules for the states you have listed as a means to confirm you are doing what you listed. Do this by writing a sentence in front of each emotional state. Write a code of conduct that describes your commitment to genuinely experience these states daily.